Hello, History Through Film. This is Miss Corey, and today we're going to go through U0-L1 Intro to the course. So, first of all, welcome to Online History Through Film. So, this is my fourth year teaching overall. This is my third year at ISD 728 Online. So, my main gig is teaching world history online. So, I have a bachelor's of arts in history, and that is specifically ancient history. So, like my thesis paper was about ancient Egypt. I also have a master's of education in secondary social studies. I also have a minor in Spanish studies. Some of my hobbies include fishing, gardening, canning, and admiring pets. I love pets of all shapes and sizes. And my favorite subject in history, of course, is ancient Egypt. So that's a little bit about me. My full name is Corey Stodic, by the way, but you can just call me Miss Corey. I make it easy on you. So why teach this class? That's a really good question. I love movies. I have since the time I was a teenager until now. I've also taken 2 history through film classes at the University of Minnesota when I was there. One of them being Japan after World War II, which was hands down the best class, and American Indian Studies through film as well. So, typically, this is where I list the units for this course. So, in the past, I've done the course structured by some units like Western and Eastern civilizations, but now I kind of want to revamp it a little bit where I keep the same movies, but I kind of mix things around on how I present things. So, for the time being, I do not actually have what units we're going to go through at the moment, but I will have them eventually, don't worry. I will keep you updated as I make the units. And this course was designed to show history through the use of documentaries and Hollywood films. We will examine several historical themes through use of many films, as well as explore the accuracies and inaccuracies of full length Hollywood historical epics. Okay? All right. So I am super duper to teach this class again. This is my third time teaching it. But there are some rules. So this is not a class for slacking. I know we get to watch movies. It's like, what? How can you not slack? We just watch movies. Well, yeah, but I still have you do stuff. And if you slack off, you will fail. I have failed students before with history through film, which seems impossible, but it is possible. It is not an easy A class either. You need to earn your grade. So as long as you do your work, it's of decent quality, and you do it on time, that's a big key word there, on time, you'll be fine. And if you can't meet deadlines weekly, you're going to need to find a different class. And I'll speak about what those weekly deadlines are. But I'm still excited to teach this class with you and that you're in it. So I encourage you to relax in a comfy chair while watching our movies. You don't have to sit in like the hard school desks that the schools provide. Those things are awful. Maybe you want to watch the movie with friends or family. Just remember they are PG-13 or R, just in case you have friends or family who are a little sensitive or young for that. And by the way, my movie qualities are a little bit on the low side due to the large files that I have to upload. And also enjoy some snacks while you watch the movie. So, you all had permission slips sent out to your parents or guardians, and the email's called like response needed permission slips for history film class. The reason why I have to send out permission slips is because all the movies are either PG-13 or R for various reasons. If you or your parents or guardians have questions, look at IMDb website for reasons of the rating, or you can let me know too. I can help you out. And if you do not get the permission slip signed, you actually cannot take my class, which is sad. So make sure those permission slips are signed, or else you have to find something else to do. Okay, course lingo. Now, if you've had a course with me before, you know my course lingo. If you are new to me, as the vast majority of you are, this is how I do structured assignments. So assignments will be structured with U and then a number, dash L, and then a number. So U stands for unit, L stands for lesson. So U3L2 would be Unit 3, Lesson 2. Or here's an example from one of my other classes I teach. U1L9 means Unit 1, Lesson 9. So grading, 70% of your grade is summative. So those are going to be projects. There really aren't going to be any tests for this class. 30% of your grade is formative work. So that's like the daily work and the ed puzzles. Formative work is usually worth 5 points, but it can vary. 5 is just kind of like what the majority of them are. Summative work also varies on points, but typically I like to keep it somewhere in like the 20 to about 35, maybe even 40 point range. Just really depends on how long of a unit we're doing. Then there are due dates. Yeah. So, due dates for an assignment are due that Sunday at midnight. So, pretty much every week, all assignments are going to be due Sunday at midnight. And I'll make sure that if there's like some weird exception or something like that, I will definitely let you all know and remind you multiple times. So, an example, this is from last semester, but as you can see here, for U0-L1, writing and sending an appropriate email, the due date would be at a Sunday at midnight. It's going to be the same thing for this semester too. So attendance. Attendance is a little weird with online classes, and it's not just this class, it's all online classes. So attendance is based upon assignment completion. You must complete all assignments for the current week in order to be marked as present. Okay, I'm going to repeat that one more time. You must complete all assignments for the current week in order to be marked as present. That is very, very important. So even if you miss one assignment in the whole week, let's say I assign you like 5 assignments, you do 4 of the 5. You're missing that one assignment, you will still be marked absent. So you need to make sure you get every single assignment done. Here's another really good question that I get fairly often. So what happens if I'm sick or like I'm on vacation, but I'm on vacation like 4 out of the 5 days of the week? That's a great question. So if you were present in person on Monday, you are still obligated to complete all the assignments before Sunday at midnight. Now, I like to be a nicer teacher. So if you are sick, like let's say Thursday night, like you're working on your stuff and all of a sudden you get a fever and you're like, oh man, I'm not feeling so well. And Friday you're out sick with the flu or something like that, email me right away. Let me know, and I can give you more time. But the main key to this is communication. You need to let me know. Okay? What happens if I'm going on vacation all week or was called out sick all week or something like that? That happens as well. You need to email me to let me know that you have been sick for the entire week. The reason for this is because the school, so if you're from Elk River or Rogers or Zimmerman, they don't actually let me know if you were out sick. I can't see that, like, oh, you're out sick today. Okay, well, I'll give you an extension. I don't have that tool. So you need to let me know, okay? And if you don't email me, I will not know if you are on vacation or if you are sick, so I will mark you absent. Okay, again, communication is key with online classes. What happens if you are marked absent? Not very pleasant things will happen to you. So when I take attendance, it is by week. So in person classes, typically attendance is like every day. Like you walk in the door and I'm like, hey, I see you. I'm going to make attendance. But with online classes, it's very different because attendance is weekly. I do attendance on Monday mornings. And for Monday holidays, when those pop up, it'll be done on Tuesdays. You will get an email from me, and I will send it to you, your parents, your counselor, and your administrator if you are marked absent. 2 absences in a row triggers me to call home, and then 3 absences may result in truancy, which means getting kicked out of the class. There's also this kind of tiered system of how our communication goes. So students who are struggling with the learning model of online 728 will be moved to in-person or blended opportunities as an intervention step to promote student success. Struggling is demonstrated by poor attendance or lack of engagement in online coursework. It is important to remember that online learning is an option for students and not suitable for all learners. Moving students to a learning model that provides more direct teacher instruction follows MTSS, which is this little infographic here, guidelines for intervention. Here's another thing that I have gotten before. A student says, but I was so busy with real school that I forgot about this class. Newsflash, this is real school. You still need these elective credits to graduate. So make sure you are doing your work. Another good question, when should you do your work? So since you're taking this online class, that means that you are an independent worker. I am not there to physically bug you to do your work, do your work, do your work. All of you have one period blocked out in your class schedule for this class. So I suggest working during that period or finding your own time. Also, be consistent. Set aside daily time to do your classwork. Lots of students like to do their classwork at Sunday at night, and sometimes, especially with this class, that gets overwhelming because for this class, I'm having you watch movies about 30 minutes at a time, and if you run out of time, you get marked absent. So, also, put away your phone and have some time management skills. So rarely do my assignments take 15 minutes. Typically, assignments for this class take about 30 to 50 minutes. I gauge that kind of with the knowledge that a full class period, like if you had it in person, would be about 52 minutes. All right, what happens if you need help? Contact me. Please contact me. You can sign up for Google Meets. I'll show you how to do that in just a few minutes here. But you can also just email me. Emailing is the best way of communication for me. Late work. Late assignments may be turned in, but are subjected to having points deducted for lateness. And when you turn in a late assignment, you need to email me right away so I can grade it. If you do not email me, I may not see it was submitted and I may not grade it. Plagiarism in AI. I will be very honest with you. I am still very skeptical of AI and its uses. I know there's some great things that come from it, I know. But in a school setting, I really am not sure what to do with it. I may have special assignments in the future that you can use AI. I haven't made those. As I said, I'm kind of revamping this course. So I will keep you updated if any of those special assignments come up. But for now, you cannot use AI on your assignments. If you do, it will be an automatic and permanent 0. And I have had students use AI on their summatives before, and they get a 0 on it, and then their grade looks really bad. And that's embarrassing if you failed online history through film. So if you plagiarize, it will also be an automatic and permanent 0. So tools used for this class. The main tool I use is Edpuzzle. So we use it weekly, if not multiple times a week. It's what you're using right now, even. Also, Google Slides. There might be some research assignments or something. And then Schoology, which is our home base for all assignments and announcements. So here's some tips for Edpuzzle. So when watching Edpuzzles, make sure you're signed in with your ISD 728 account. Make sure your ad blocker is turned off. Seriously, make sure it's turned off when you watch Edpuzzles, or else Edpuzzle doesn't work right. If you don't know where your ad blocker is, it's that little red hand that's up in the top right corner. Questions will pop up on the side of the Edpuzzle video and pause the video for you to answer. If these do not occur, you need to turn off your ad blocker. And for you to get any points, you must watch the Edpuzzle until the very, very end. A lot of students struggle with this. So you need to make sure that you watch the Edpuzzle until the very last second. Because if you don't watch it to the very last second, a grade doesn't get into Schoology, then I am like, well, they didn't do the Edpuzzle, and then I mark you absent. And that's not fun. So make sure you watch all of your Edpuzzles until the very, 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 very end. All right, so let's test this out. If the Edpuzzle does not stop for you right now, your Edpuzzle isn't working correctly. If the video just stopped for you and you had to answer the question, what is your favorite snack to eat while watching a movie? Then Edpuzzle is working for you. So again, when watching an Edpuzzle video, make sure you watch it until the very, very, very end. Typically, it'll also come up with something that says like submit or something like that. So you might be asking yourself, I did the Edpuzzle. Why is there a 0 in the gradebook? Good question. So for this class, most of the time, Edpuzzles are graded automatically. So a lot of the Edpuzzles are multiple choice. So whatever Edpuzzle puts into the Schoology gradebook typically is your grade. But there will be a few exceptions for ed puzzles where you have to answer like long answers within the video. And a 0 just means that you completed the ed puzzle and now I need to go in and grade it. I do individually grade all ed puzzles and your answers. Give me at least 48 hours to give you a grade. And if it's still a 0 after those 48 hours, email me to let me know and I'll grade it. Okay, quick check. Answer in the ed puzzle. What is the best way to contact your teacher? Hopefully you said email. Here's another question. Answer in the ed puzzle. What percentage of assignments do you need to do in order to be marked as present for attendance? Is it 75%, 25%, 100%, or 50%? Hopefully you said 100%. Now let's take a tour of Schoology. Like I said before, I'm revamping this class a little bit. Well, hopefully I'll have time to revamp it. But this is what your Schoology page looks like. So at the very top is my information. If you need to email me, here's my email address. If you want to sign up for a meeting, you can click here. And if you turn in a late assignment, make sure you email me. You will also see this folder here. This is parent/guardian resources in case like your parents have question of how to use Schoology. There's some good videos in there. Here's the syllabus for the class. Here is this weekly slideshow right here. This changes every week. It tells you what you need to do for each week. And then we have the Unit 0 orientation materials. That's where you're going to start off, which you already know because you're watching this video. So as you can see in week 1, after you're done watching this video, you're going to go on to U0-L2, writing and sending an appropriate email, and then keep going from there. All right, let's go back to our slideshow. So let's wrap this up. If you do not think you can meet all the time and assignment requirements for this class, you need to contact your counselor right now to change classes. Do you have any questions about this course? And if you don't have any, you can just type none. Next up, you're going to do U0-L2, writing and sending an appropriate email. And if you have questions, please let me know. I'm more than happy to help. Again, welcome to the class. I hope you enjoy it. Bye.